The Americans who own the Edmonton Journal would like Drunk Ford to stop being nice to Carney and instead sabotage what tiny scooch of credibility he has on the altar of Danielle Sith's ego. For those who haven't been paying attention, Drunk Ford is many things: cynical, narcissistic, allegedly a former drug dealer, an opportunistic backstabber, morally bankrupt, as impure as the plowed snow. But he's not stupid. Does Doug Fraud waste taxpayer funds while sabotaging healthcare and affordable housing? Of course. But that's not due to incompetence. It's because he fundamentally could not care less about everyday Ontarians, and the people who own him can make money by him doing bad things. But Lorne Gunther, who apparently looks like this on a good day, thinks that Dig Dug should hop into a poorly constructed bed with Danielle Sith and hope that when it breaks, neither of them are violated by Rogue Springs in any meaningful way. Seriously, though, yes, Doug recently won an election that he called because he was confident that in a few more years nobody would like him based on the dumb shit he was planning on doing. So he's safe on paper. But why would Doug even want to help Dan Mall? Trudeau spent $30 billion buying her province a pipeline that the oil companies didn't want to pay for, but were Albertans thankful for that government handout? Of course not. As far as Albertans who support the Bloc d'Alberta go, they hate Canada, and Ontario is Canada to these people. Most of them probably can't even tell you which one is Nova Scotia and which one is New Brunswick. Go ahead, Conservatives. I'm waiting. The fact is, the Canadian Conservative Party is so soaked with narcissism that they don't understand that they're fundamentally not Canadian. So it's weird to expect Canadians to vote for them. Like, yes, you say the expected socially regressive things about marginalized groups, but being a Canadian conservative isn't just about putting women in dangerous situations or denying human dignity to queer people. It's not even about pretending that every level of government for more than a century wasn't trying to wipe out Indigenous culture and language through unforgivable, horrible methods which reverberate through Indigenous communities to this day and are responsible for nearly every problem that conservatives criticize First Nations groups for. Doug understands that while conservative voters often hold these socially regressive views, they don't outnumber Canadians who aren't the fucking worst. So you can't build a national party around the aggrievement of one province, no matter how rich the worst people in that province are. You have to be able to convince normie suburban types who are well-meaning but just don't like the Liberals, mostly because their neighbor across the street likes the Liberals, and she's insufferable. That's who a significant portion of the conservative base is. Yes, it's a lot of lousy extremists, but a big chunk of it is just normie suburbanites who don't want to hate crime anyone. They just want to stick it to Cheryl down the block, whose flower beds are not better looking than theirs, despite what everyone keeps saying for some reason. So, sorry, Lauren. I don't think Dig Dug is going to take the bait. He may be an awful person, but he's not that dumb. Danielle and the Republican Party of Canada are on their own, like they want to be.